Josh and his helper are here to do the grass, and I can hear the weed eater coming, and it really needs it too. But see, I'm all prepared because last night I came out here and I put the ladder over here to get it out of the way. I have 2 ladders actually, you know, to get everything off the grass, so, you know, they wouldn't have to, they could, you know, use the lawnmower as opposed to just the weed eater. So we've had all this rain, and because of the rain, the grass has grown so high. So I'm gonna go open up the gate. I usually have to keep the gate closed because of my dog. He's got one of those lawnmowers you stand up on. All right, so let me show you what the problem was and what wound up being the final solution to it, okay? So as you know, the problem was there was too much water in this tray. And this switch right here turns off the AC unit when the water gets too high. So conventional wisdom says that you would look for a pipe that drains from that tray, right? I came up here, had the flashlight, and I was looking for the pipe, you know, that drains from this tray, and I couldn't find it. I was like, what is wrong with this picture, you know? How can this be? And I even went up under the floor here in the attic and looked to see if there was like a pipe coming out to go outside, and there was none. So I thought, well, I clearly must be blind. I'm missing something. So I sent a text to my neighbor, and I'm like, do you know where the pipe is that exits from the tray? And he's like, yeah, it would be a PVC pipe. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not an idiot, you know. And so I said, well, I just don't see it. And he says, well, do you want me to come over and take a look? I said, absolutely. So a few minutes later, he comes up the ladder and he looks and he can't find the pipe either. So, you know, I felt relieved that I wasn't exactly, you know, wasn't crazy and I wasn't missing something. What's going on here is this pipe here is actually the exit pipe for the condensation. If you look at this pipe, it's insulated. So you'd think that this, you know, since it was insulated, that this was a pipe that would, you know, maybe carry Freon back and forth or something like that. And I even followed this pipe, you know, to see where it went to, and it didn't go like to the edge of the house. It went down, straight down into the middle of the house. So I'm like, how can that be? So the way we figured it out is we opened up this right here, and we could see a little bit of water in there. Well, the way it works is, and I don't know who designed it this way, is that there's an air pump that blows air. So the condensation goes down here and it goes outside the house, right? But because there's a tray inside as well that collects water. But if this gets stopped up right here, then the water can't get out. So as a precautionary measure, it comes out this exit pipe here and exits down into the drain. This is a last ditch emergency exit right here, this tray. So any water that comes up in this tray has no way to get out other than to be suctioned up with a vacuum cleaner or to let evaporate. Normally it just evaporates. The problem was, obviously, this was stopped up. We got some old zip ties that were found on the floor, and we took this out and just jammed those zip ties down in there to clear. There was like a clog kind of early up in the pipe here, to clear that. And then to move all the rest of the water out and to move that clog material out, we had to have some way to push it. So this is the air pump that I bought to go with a raft, an inflatable raft, and you just turn it on, it blows pretty strong stream of air. It actually feels good because it's so hot up here. So what we did is we just took this and pushed it down into here to blow whatever was in there out the pipe. And to confirm that it was working, Mike held it right here, and I went outside and put my finger up under the exit, and I could actually feel air blowing. So I knew it was no longer stopped up. So after doing that, I didn't have any more problems. Now, I vacuumed most of the water that's in this pan here out, but there's only a tiny bit left in there and it'll evaporate. And then I used the contraption that I showed you on a previous video, this little pump. I used it to suck the remaining water out from the shop vac and sent it outside. I don't know who designed this AC unit to be like that, but it's very confusing because, you know, why would you have a tray and have no exit on the tray? So that's what threw me off. And also, why would you put a pipe that is fully insulated to go outside just for the excess condensation? That doesn't make any sense. So I couldn't figure out the problem because of all these odd things. So that's the reason it took me so long to figure this all out. But I hope it makes sense to you now, and it will never happen again because the pipe's been unstopped, and now I know what's going on. And I went on YouTube and I couldn't find a video that really explained all this. So I don't know if my system is set up a little bit differently than some other systems. I really can't tell you. But that's how it all turned out.